Hello everyone. In my last few videos, I showcased how TS Engine core works and the performance which we are able to get from it. I also explained about a few performance optimization techniques which I'm using, like instancing, batching and atlasing. It has been quite some time since I uploaded my last video. That is because I'm learning Vulkan and creating some demos for the same. I am also writing an editor for TS Engine and have some basic features integrated which any game engine editor should have. This is how the output from the editor looks right now. In the video further, I'll showcase all the major features that I have added in the editor till now. So without any further ado, let's start. I'm using IMGUI, a tool widely favored by game engine and graphics programmers for creating interfaces. My inspiration for the interface design largely draws from Unity. So you will likely notice many similarities between my editor's interface and Unity's. There are 4 panels in the editor right now, which are dockable and can be adjusted however we want. Viewport panel displays the scene content, essentially showing us what the frame buffer output looks like. We'll explore this in more detail as we progress in the video. In the inspector panel, you have the power to modify various aspects. This includes adjusting transformation parameters, camera properties, changing meshes, and even tweaking material properties. The hierarchy panel provides visual representation of the scene hierarchy. It offers functionalities such as selecting, duplicating, or deleting nodes to manage scene effectively. We can also select an object by clicking on it in the viewport and use the transform gizmo to translate, rotate, or scale the selected object. In the content browser panel, we have a collection of various assets, each with its own distinct icon. Like for models, we have this icon. For textures, we have this specific icon. For GLSL shaders, we have this icon. And we can find all the saved scene thumbnails in saved scenes folder. To open any of these saved scenes, we just need to drag and drop it in the viewport. Now let me show how we can create a new scene and add objects in it. We can either select new scene under file or press Ctrl and N together to create a new scene. A pop-up window to set the scene name will appear. After setting the name, we can press OK to confirm and create the scene. So this is the default scene, which includes a skybox, an editor camera, a scene camera, and a ground. We can add some primitive geometry by going to Game Object under Create. I'll add a cube for now. Since we don't have lighting and shadows in the scene right now, the scene looks a bit dull. To make it look a little better, I'll add some texture to the cube and the floor. by selecting them and then dragging and dropping the textures to their material properties. We can also add some model in the scene by dragging and dropping the model from content browser to viewport like this. To toggle wireframe mode, I'll press tab and check where the model is in the scene. I'll adjust the position of this model. The model doesn't gel with the environment, so I'll disable the cube and delete floors texture by right clicking and selecting delete. It looks slightly better now, but we can assign a suitable texture to make it look even better. I'll tweak the camera position and orientation a bit now. The duplication feature works for any node, so we can even create copies of a scene camera. I'll change the projection type of this camera to orthographic and adjust its parameters. Now if we save the scene, we'll see that a new thumbnail gets created in saved scenes folder in the content browser. Now since it is saved, we can close the scene and load it by dragging and dropping it in the viewport whenever needed. That is it for this video, guys. I mentioned the source code of the editor in the description for reference. I'm planning to work on the following features next and will be showcasing detailed demos on the same. Let me know if you want me to cover any specific topic from this list before the others. In a few days, I'll also start uploading some demos related to what I have covered so far in Vulkan. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe my channel if you are interested in contents related to graphics or engine programming. We'll be seeing you soon in the next video.